isn't my favorite audience come to look at Lieutenant Dirk Niblick of the Math Brigade? I must say you're in luck, because as today's semi-exciting episode titled A Bicycle Bought for Two begins, we find your mathematically inclined hero helping his neighbor with a problem. They seem to have come apart, so let's join them.
Mr. Beasley?
Where's it at accounted for, Lieutenant?
I think I've figured out your monthly budget.
I'm pleased to the core, which, as I understand it, needs a few good men.
You spend $500 each month to rent your house.
Yes, I do. South of Ventura, it would have busted my hump.
And your utilities cost you $200 a month.
Yes, my utilities include gas, electric, and a player to be named later.
Now, your comestibles or food cost $300 a month.
Uh-huh. By the by, Lieutenant, I've been meaning to ask you over for a comestible cookout. Can you make it?
I'd love to. When?
Well, how about 2 weeks ago?
Oh, gee, I was out of town then.
That's all right. It rained cats and dogs.
What did you serve for din-din?
Wet cats and dogs.
Back to the budget here. Can you think of anything we've left out?
No. If I could think of something we left out, we wouldn't leave it out, would we, Bullet Brain?
Let's add up the budget. All right, let's see. Your basic living costs are $1,000 per month.
Gee, that's not a lot in this day and age.
Now, if there are 12 months in a year...
And there are.
How much does it cost you to live per annum?
Well, let's see. 12 1,000s is $12,000. Oh, thank you, Lieutenant. You've opened my eyes to high finance.
Always happy to help a neighbor. Anything else I can do for you?
Yes. You can loan me $12,000. Then I can pay off next year and spend my time at the ocean betting on the whale races.
They don't have whale races in the ocean.
I didn't say I was successful at it. Well, thanks for the help, Lieutenant Niblick. I'll let myself out.
And as Dirk smiled over another job well done, his telephone rang. Dirk said,
I wonder what that noise is.
Momentarily stumped, Dirk pondered,
It seems to be coming from this area.
Suddenly, a realization occurred to the renowned mathematician.
My clothes in the washer must be finished.
But then he thought,
I don't have any clothes in the washer. Aha! It could be the telephone. Yes, it was the telephone that was causing all that racket. Fluff and Fold Noodleman, you're a sight for sore eyes.
Are your eyes mad at each other, Lieutenant?
Of course not.
You said they were sore.
Well, that's merely an expression of my joy at your presence.
We have a question for you.
If it has anything to do with the capital of Kansas, it's Topeka.
Sometimes when playing hide and seek and I'm it, I never know whether Topeka or not Topeka.
Say, is this a spiffy new bicycle, kids?
Yes, sir. Only it isn't ours.
Yet, we've got it out from the store on a test pedal.
What kind is it?
Gee, Lieutenant, it's a swine.
Well, that's a very reputable company. I used to take from them. You said you have a question, Fluff.
Yes, we do. This bike costs $120.
Sounds reasonable.
But we don't have $120.
Well, I'm tapped city at the moment.
Oh, we don't want to borrow any money from you, Lieutenant.
Oh, that's a relief.
What did you say?
I said my uncle is Steve.
Can you come with us to the bike store and help us figure something out, Lieutenant?
As the Firefly said as he backed into the buzzsaw,
I'm delighted.
Hi, kids. How'd you like your chest pedal?
It's a great bike, Mr. Wrong.
We want it so bad we can taste it.
taste it. Well, I've told you kids, never chew on a bike.
That's good advice, especially if someone is riding it. So, you want the bike? That'll be $120.
Therein lies the rub, Mr. Wrong. We only have $20.
Fluff is right, Mr. Wrong. She has $10 and I have $10. But that leaves us short. Is there anything we can do about it?
About being short? Well, I'd suggest you develop a good outside shot and learn to hit the open man.
I think the kids want to know if you can finance the rest of the cost of the bike.
Yes, we can finance the balance at an interest rate of 24% per year.
Kids, I think we've got some thinking to do. Let's go to Math Brigade headquarters. We'll get back to you, Orville. By the way, where's your brother Wilbur Wrong?
Kitty Hawk.
Learning to fly?
No, learning to barbecue. It's raining cats and dogs.
Okay, kid, the bike costs...
$120.
And you have how much money?
$20.
So you need to borrow $100.
And he said he'd loan it to us, so let's do it.
But, Fold, we'll have to pay the loan back with interest.
Interest doesn't interest me.
But it should. Orville Wrong said he would charge you 24% interest on the money per year. Now that means you'll have to pay him more than the $100 when you repay the loan.
That's right. How much more, Lieutenant?
Well, 24% of $100 is $24. You borrowed $100, so you'll have to give him $124 to pay back the loan. Add the $20 down payment for a total of $144 for the bike, period.
That's okay. We can have that snazzy bike right now. Instant gratification.
But if we wait until we save more money and have $120, we can buy the bike without paying interest.
Those are your choices. If you buy on credit, the total cost of the bike will be $144. If you wait and pay cash, it will be $120.
But it will take us forever to save up another $100 to make the $120 to buy it for cash.
How long will it take?
Well, we get $10 a week allowance, so it will take 10 weeks. 10 tens are 100. That isn't so long.
But Fluff, can you realistically save all of your allowance?
Heck no, Fold interjected, seeing his malted milk and French fry budget take a 180.
Well, let's figure out what your money goes for.
Okay, we rent 2 movies a week to watch at home.
How much do they cost?
$2 1/2 each.
Okay, that's $5. What else?
We buy 2 comic books. They're 50 cents each.
That's $1. Now, do you have other expenditures?
Snacks.
How much do you spend for snacks?
The rest of it.
$4 for snacks. Now, that adds up to $10, all right. You're going to have to cut back somewhere if you're going to save enough money for that swine.
We could get just 1 movie a week.
And only 1 comic book.
Okay, and what if you only spend half your remaining funds on snacks?
My stomach will think my throat is cut.
Okay, if you make those cuts, you can save $5 a week. How does that sound?
But how long would it take us to have enough money to buy the bike?
Figure it out.
How?
Think of it this way. If you can save $5 in 1 week, how much can you save in 2 weeks?
$10.
Right. And how many tens do you need to reach 100?
How many tens to reach 100? You need 10.
You're absolutely right.
So we would need 10 two-week periods to save $100.
That's a total of 20 weeks to save the required amount of green to buy the wheels, right?
Right. Your choices are now clear. You can buy the bike for $120 if you save and wait 20 weeks to get the bike.
Or we can have the bike right now if we're willing to finance it and pay $144 instead of $120.
Well,
Well,
what are you going to do?
Get the bike now.
wait till we save the money.
You're wrong, Fluff.
No, you're wrong, Fold.
Listen to me, sister dear. We're going to get that swine right now. I'm right.
I'm right. We're waiting.
Well, gosh almighty, viewers of the television screen, there's a spirited argument going on.
Wait till we save
Whose
the
side are
money.
you on?
Wrong, Fluff.
This adventure is
you're
different
wrong,
because
Fold.
Dirk has already figured all the math correctly, but Fluff and Fold are still arguing. Will Fluff win and Fold fold, or will Fold's foreign flummery force Fluff to flop? Ask yourself this question: what the heck would you do? I must say, I don't have an opinion yet. All this arguing makes my head spin, which messes up my hair and makes my hat
You're wrong,
dizzy.
Fold.
Listen to me, sister dear.
Have you lost your marbles, or are you just looking through a street grate?
I dropped it.
What?
I don't know.
Then maybe it's not worth making such an eyesore of yourself.
I don't know what it's worth. See, I had all these coins and I dropped one, and I can't see which one.
How much did you have before this financial setback?
Just enough to rent a movie, $1.69.
Okay, well, let's see what you have now, and then we'll subtract.
Subtract?
Yeah, Einstein. If you take what you have now and subtract it from $1.69, you'll know what you dropped.
Oh, okay. 1 50-cent piece, 2 quarters, 3 dimes, and 2 nickels. Makes $1.40. Oh, and 4 cents. $1.44.
And $1.44 from $1.69?
44 from 69. 25. Rats, I dropped a whole quarter.
Here. We're friends. You can owe me.
Thanks. I might take back some of those rotten things I said about you.
No prob. What movie you gonna rent?
Superman. Hey, I wonder if Superman ever drops a quarter.
If he does, he tears out the grate.
Subtraction. It's a real addition to your life.
I said we're gonna get that bike right now. I want it now.
See, just as I said, we're back, and that debate rages on. Did you solve their dilemma? I hope so, because I didn't. I was busy flossing.
Have you made your decision?
Yes, I'd like a new sister.
Lieutenant, which of us is right?
Kids, there is no right answer to this dilemma.
What? We've been hoodwinked.
Well, not at all. You used mathematics to a good advantage. It helped you outline a problem, but it can't make a decision for you. You have to do that. You have figured out your options, and now you have to decide if you want to pay more for the bike and have it right now, or pay less for it but not get it for 20 weeks. Remember, mathematics is a good tool. Use it properly, hold it high, guard it well.
Let's go, Fluff. I think this sermon could go on so long we'll be too old to ride a bike.
Okay. Thanks for your help, Lieutenant. Come on, folks. Let's do some thinking about these choices.
Okay. Only could we do it in front of the bike store? It might help jog our tiny memories.
Oh, there go a couple of good kids. And the best thing about them is they're going. I think I'll lie down and grab some Z's, or get some shut-eye, or take a nap, whichever comes first.
Well, that wraps up another Jim Dandy episode, doesn't it, you little math people? Be sure and join us again when we bring even more common sense to an uncommon world.
You've already seen this much of Square One TV. How much do you figure is left?
Square One TV's roving reporter asks another question of the person on the street. Today's question: if you ride your bike 20 miles in a week, then it will take about 1 year to ride 1,000 miles. How long will it take to ride 1 million miles at that rate?
1,000 miles a year, you have to divide 1 million by 1,000. I don't know what that is offhand, but isn't that about right? 4 years.
1 million miles on 20 miles in a week. It takes a year to ride 1,000 miles.
So, 100 years?
It'll take about 1,000 years to ride 1 million miles.
Whoa.
Now, how long will it take to ride 1 billion miles?
1 billion? Gee. Add a zero, no?
10 times 1,000 years. 1 million years?
You're right. It'll take about 1 million years to ride 1 billion miles.
Okay. Now, what's the question again?
The story you are about to see is a fib, but it's short. The names are made up, but the problems are real.
It was 6:43 a.m. and the City of the Angels was snuggling under a blanket of smog, about to open its teary eyes to another brand new week. But I didn't care because it was 9:43 a.m. where I was. New York City. My partner is George Franklin, and we were on loan to the New York City Police Department, NYPD. We were excited about being in the Big Apple and raring to find out what our new case was all about. My name is Monday. I'm a mathematician. A mathematician in the fast lane. Hi, George.
Hi, Pard.
Love your hat.
Thank you. It's a fun fur.
You do know how to have fun, George.
The captain is Joe Greco, Kate. He wants to see us.
You know what? I bet you guys are the mathematicians from La La Land. Am I right about this or what?
L.A.? Right. I'm Kate Monday. This is my partner, George.
Frankly,
Mathnet.
Sergeant Abruzzi, NYPD.
I'm Captain Greco, but you're gonna have to take my word for it. My badge is in my jacket. Follow me.
We did follow him down the hallowed halls of policedom. We arrived at our new digs, and I was anxious to get started, even if I didn't have a new hat.
First, I want to thank you for coming to New York. I've heard some good reports about you and your outfit, and I think you can help us out.
Thank you, Captain Greco. Where do we start?
We're chomping at the bit, Captain.
You're what?
Ready to go.
Oh.
All we were told is that there's some kind of scam working in New York.
Yes. 4 people, 4 rather prominent people, have each paid some kind of Swami a lot of money for information which proved not to be true.
They got ripped off?
They got ripped off. Here are the squeals on the 61s. Reports on the complaints. Read them over, let me know what you need, and good luck.
Well, it's homey.
Uh-huh. Let's dig in. Go ahead, George. It's our first New York call.
Mathnet, frankly. Beg your pardon? You lost your dog. Ma'am, I think they gave you the wrong department. Okay. I'll take down the information and see that the right people get it. Describe your dog, please. 4 legs? Uh-huh. What's that? A tail at one end. Don't tell me. I'll bet he has a head at the other end. No, I didn't see him. It's just a guess. Does he have a name? He did when he left. Oh, what was it? Fido? Okay. What color was Fido when you last saw him? Blue? Oh, he was not blue. Oh, he was kind of a blue-gray. Okay, ma'am. I'll get our boys working on it. And they think people in L.A. are weird.
George, this is kind of interesting.
Solved it yet, Pard?
Give me another couple of minutes.
You said you had something that was interesting.
One thing the 4 people had in common. They all received letters in the mail offering to tell them the name of a particular horse who was going to win a big race at Belmont Park.
Then they all went out and they bet on that horse?
They bet on the horse after they each paid this person, this Swami, $5,000.
Boy, talk about being gullible.
What do you mean?
I mean, in L.A. I get a lot of junk mail, but if I got a letter saying, give me $5,000 and I'll tell you the name of a horse who's going to win a race, you know.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't either, but these people did.
Well, if they're that silly, they deserve to lose their money.
Oh, sorry. I was looking for 2 cops from L.A. Didn't mean to trouble you.
No trouble.
Excuse me.
Hold on. We're 2 cops from L.A.
Get out of here. Come on, you guys can't be from L.A.
Why not?
No. Shades.
Not everyone in L.A. wears dark glasses.
Since when?
We're 2 cops. Actually, we're 2 mathematicians from L.A., so what?
Really? Beautiful. I'm Benny. Benny Pill. I, hack.
You what?
He drives a cab.
You sure you're from L.A.? I got a call from Captain Greco. He says you might need a ride.
We can use your cab?
No, you can ride in it. I'll drive it. Where do you want to go?
Your cab is here?
No, it's out front. They get a little testy when you drive in the office.
Well, Benny, I don't think we need to go anyplace right now.
Then again, Let's roll. As long as we had an official New York taxicab at our disposal and 4 victims to interview, why not put them together in a neat little package? Benny knew the city like the back of his hand.
What was that address again?
13 Central Park South.
I was looking that up, Kate. It's on the south end of Central Park. Right, Benny?
You sure you didn't live here?
The first person we wanted to speak with was a man named F. Lee Bully. He lived in Midtown Manhattan at a pretty spiffy address. We asked Benny to wait. He said he would, with the meter running. Nothing in New York comes cheap.
What is it?
F. Lee Bully?
Who wants to know?
I'm Kate Monday. This is my partner, George.
Frankly.
Mathnet.
So?
We're on special assignment with NYPD.
We understand you got ripped off to the tune of 5 big ones, Mr. Bully.
Shh, go on. Come on, Lisa. Come on. Down there. That's good. Yeah. And go over there. So. Sit on that. The neighbors could hear you. They think I'm smart.
Did you lose $5,000, Mr. Bully?
That's the embarrassing part. I didn't lose it. I gave it away to a Swami.
May we ask you a couple of questions?
I've already told the cops all I know.
Really?
Well, almost all I know.
We understand you received a letter from a Swami offering you the name of a horse that would win a race. Is that right?
Yes.
And you paid $5,000 for that information?
Yes. Yes, I did.
How was the payment arranged?
I sent a check to the Swami, and he sent me the name of the horse. Why not?
Well, sir, if I may make so bold, giving someone $5,000.
No. Why not was the name of the horse.
And you bet money on that horse.
Why not?
Why not?
Because, as I was saying...
And the horse didn't win the race?
Win it? He barely survived it. Ran dead last.
Why did you risk money on what appears to be a tip on a horse from...
A piece of junk mail.
I know. But it wasn't just this prediction.
Oh?
There were others.
You bet on other horse races?
No, other predictions. And they were always right.
What kind of predictions?
Once he predicted the winner of a basketball game, once it was football.
Lots of people predict the outcome of sports events. One team has to win, one team has to lose.
I know that. Look, I just got greedy, okay? But there is one thing I want.
Yes, sir?
As a lawyer, a trusted member of the American Bar Association, a man who is sworn to uphold the canons of ethics.
You want to see justice done?
No. Oh, my 5G's back.
We rode to the fashionable Upper West Side of Manhattan and spoke with the second victim, a man named Ed Mice. He, too, said he'd been swindled by a letter from the Swami and had also received other predictions in the mail, which led him to believe the name of the horse he was given, Farewell Lad, would be a winner. Farewell Lad did not win the race. In fact, Mr. Mice said, the horse was so slow, the jockey kept a diary of the trip.
Benny, I hope you've been keeping track of what we owe you.
I have. It's 200 and change.
$200?
Good thing you didn't have trunks. We get extra for trunks.
This third victim was a woman who told the same story. Cassandra Day had received a series of accurate predictions and then bought the name of a horse, Saddle Sore, from the Swami, bet on him, and lost. The fourth victim was not at home, so we decided to return to NYPD headquarters.
I still say New Yorkers are really gullible.
Uh-huh. But gullible or not, these people have been cheated.
That's true.
I've been looking for patterns, George, and I just haven't found any. These people lived in 4 different parts of Manhattan.
Right. Nothing there. And he swindled both men and women.
Uh-huh. They all did seem to be rather wealthy.
Yes, but that isn't exactly a pattern.
No.
Wait a minute. Here's something. All of these people used to have the same profession in common.
You're right. They were all lawyers.
And they all retired from the practice of law. What about that 4th guy? The one we didn't talk with?
According to the initial report, it was a man named Marvin Belly. He's a teacher.
So much for that pattern.
Mathnet Monday. Who? Oh, yes, sir. Thank you for calling back.
It's Marvin Belly.
Great.
Sir, we are investigating what appears to be a case we're calling Swami Scam. According to reports, you paid $5,000 for a tip on a horse?
Ask him if he won.
I see. Sir, we'd like to arrange a meeting with you if possible. Could we come over now? You have a class to teach. Okay, how about tomorrow morning? Fine. We'll see you at 10. Oh, by the way, what do you teach? I see. Thank you, sir.
We meet tomorrow?
Uh-huh. And something else. Maybe we do have a pattern, George. Do you know what Mr. Belly teaches? He teaches a law class. He's a retired lawyer.
"100% of Square One TV is a production of the Children's Television Workshop.